What is going on, guys? D-Harp here. Today, I want to go over a potentially cool article and some maybe new information about a potential new Halo that was released by one of the most famous leakers. That's Rebs Gaming. Now, Rebs put out a couple tweets in the past couple days that I want to go over with you guys here, and GameRanks even picked up and made an article about it. So, let's take a look at that article. So, if we go to GameRanks here, we can kind of see Halo Insider, aka Rebs Gaming, thinks that there may be an announcement of a new Halo this year. So, some of the cool things that Rebs talks about, and again, take this with a gigantic pinch of salt. Reb can be right about some things and wrong about other things, but what he's saying here, to me, somebody who works in software, seems to make sense. So, one of the things that he goes over is that internal playtesting is happening on the next Halo or Halos. So, number one, if playtesting's occurring, that means that they have a build that they're working off of that they think can be improved upon, which is great. That's where we want to be. We want to have some actual gameplay that's available to do playtesting on, instead of just all being in development at this point. So there must be a build of the upcoming Halo or Halos that they are actually being able to playtest, which is great. That means we're farther along than maybe we're giving them credit for. One thing to keep in mind for the next Halo, definitely the next mainline Halo, from what we can gather, is the switch to Unreal Engine 5, UE5, is something that's occurred this cycle. Now, that probably put them behind a little bit, especially if they didn't plan this game out completely in UE5. So if they were still trying to work with Slipspace Engine, refactoring that code and getting it to a point where it's something that they can port to UE5 is going to take a while. Creating those assets is going to take a while in UE5. Doing all those types of things can take a little bit of time to get going. But the one positive about going to UE5 is that there's no lack of people who know how to use this engine. One of the biggest things that Halo ran into for the release of Infinite and the previous Halos, Halo 5 even, is that the engine was proprietary. It came from Blam. They made a lot of changes to it to get it to the Slipspace engine, and it was just kind of a pain to work with. For companies like Microsoft and for the Fortune 500 companies like that, Fortune 50, Fortune 10, in Microsoft's case, a lot of them use contractors. This is something that not only Microsoft does, this is industry-wide. We use contractors when we're doing some sort of development, if we need certain things done. And when you're using contractors like these big companies do, having a platform that's proprietary is not necessarily a good thing. So bringing to UE5, if Microsoft is continuing using contractors, which I imagine they are, that's going to speed up development. And even just the path of creating things is easier in Unreal Engine 5. It should lead to increased turnover on getting features out, getting games out. So they may be further along with the next Halo than we even know. And just given the way that Infinite went, I would imagine that all heads are down in making sure the next Halo is going to be a banger. At least that's what we would hope for as Halo fans. Now, with the reporting that Rebs is doing, we can kind of speculate that we'll probably be hearing something maybe this year, probably this year, if not definitely next year. It's been since, I think, Halo Infinite released December 8th or 9th of 2021, so we're going to be, we're going to be at the 4-year, 5-year mark coming up here, and it's one of those things where it's been a long time since we've heard anything about a next project. Typically, Halo Studios in the past has taken a long time to create Halos and implement them. But Bungie was not like that. Bungie was releasing game after game after game. Halo 1, 2001, 2002, Halo 3, 2003, 2004, somewhere in that area, Halo 3, 2007. So they were releasing high quality games back to back. So hopefully what Halo Studios is doing is they're taking this time, they're getting the assets created, they're getting the infrastructure to create a new Halo, and I'm assuming we're going to be hearing something about it very, very soon, no matter what. Only because Halo is no pun intended, the Halo franchise of Microsoft. It's the big, it used to be their big product, now it's kind of Call of Duty because of the Activision acquisition, but we definitely are going to be hearing something from Halo Studios, given the rebrand last year and given the amount of time it's been since we've gotten a new mainline Halo. So we probably should be seeing this. Rebs' reporting kind of points to that if you're in software development and you're doing playtesting, you're doing those types of things, you're typically far enough along where you may be able to at least present what you're planning as the next chapter. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something this year about the next Halo. It would not shock me at all. I'm imagining that's probably going to be the case. Now, what type of Halo we're getting, whether it's a mainline or it's a spin-off, there's been rumors of a Halo CE remake that may be being worked on as kind of a first go with UE5 and getting the studio familiar with that. Maybe it's something like that. We're just not sure at this point. But it is good to see that playtesting is being done, and they may be further along than we actually think. So that's good news. All news for Halo is good news at this point, especially with potentially going multi-platform. This could play into that even further too. My estimation is that the next mainline Halo, maybe it's exclusive to PC and Xbox for a short period of time, but I can almost assure you it's going multi-platform. Microsoft's whole goal, their whole business going forward is Xbox Anywhere. So they're really trying to push Game Pass. They're really trying to get that subscription model off the ground. And I think from one of the things I was reading, it was about they want to get to 100 million paid subscriptions for Game Pass. So to do that, you need some really good games, and you need to go multi-platform. So it all kind of plays together there. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing something relatively soon in the year 2025 about the next path of Halo here. But what do you guys think? Do you think we'll hear anything? Do you think it'll be a new game? Do you think it's going to be the CE remake? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a good one.